Well, hello, beauties. Back again this week with my partner in crime, actually tapping partner cohort, Kandiee Campbell, host of the Awaken Hope Show. And I was having a chat with her before we started just now about the impact that we're having with our shows, because we've decided to piggyback with each other to teach and demonstrate how tapping works and how powerful it is and all the different ways that you can use it. So I've been an ongoing guest on her show, as I said, the Awaken Hope Show, and Kandi's joining me for these Talk and Tap Tapinars, so we can demo and help you with it. So we're just over the moon at the responses we're already getting, and I hope that you will give me some feedback as well, either here on YouTube or on all my social medias. You know how to get me, and I'll put links below as well. Today, we thought we would continue our topic from Kandi's show, where we're doing some investigation around relationships and how sometimes even the people closest to us can drive us a little crazy and drive us into being really frustrated or angry or any of those kind of anxious moments that we can have. And how do we deal with that? And one of the things I was thinking about, Kandiee, is how we can actually do the anger tapping before we ever have a conversation with someone, so that it's less of a confrontation because we've done that work.
Mhm.
So one of the things that I'm actually been writing about it in my newsletter that'll come out same time, you guys, but it's the idea of tap and rant. How
Mm.
when you really have an issue with someone and you really can't just be in their face about it, you really need to maybe have a conversation somehow, but it's driving you crazy. And the more you kind of keep that within you, the worse it gets, the more your head starts to spin. And guess what, everybody? It will explode. You will burst
Mhm.
like a frozen pipe. It will
Mhm.
come out and it hurts you and others when that happens. So I want to check in with you, Kandiee, because we were talking about a situation that you have and a person that's kind of been difficult for you, and you avoid it as much as possible. So I want you to kind of pick up on that again and tell me where you are, what's going on, or is there someone else now since the last time we talked? Whatever.
Well, there's still niggles on this person, but I will caveat this by saying one of the things that I did recognize recently was, when someone triggers us, it's usually because there's something within us that that person is mirroring for us. So,
Yes.
yes, this individual that I have in mind, I still would like to tap on because there's still some niggles there that when I think about this individual, just kind of make me kind of go, ew. It's not, but it's not it's more or less of, okay, what do I need to see about myself that this person is mirroring or showing me that maybe I haven't looked at, I haven't thought about, or I didn't even, I've got my blinders on too.
Hmm.
Because like you and I've talked about, everything begins on the inside. So if there's something that's being triggered within us,
Right.
it just means there's some, just an under, like that layer of onion, there's more to that layer
Yes,
that's there.
exactly. There's those layers, and what happened, I couldn't, I had the hardest time wrapping my head around that concept. I was told this years and years ago, someone is upsetting you and you have trouble. It's actually something in you, and you can literally attract that to you. And it's like, it's going to keep coming until you get the lesson, right? And it's like, no, I would never be that way. I could never be that way. And you have to keep diving in to see what is it that's there. And a good question to ask is, what's the gift? What does this person get to have or do because they are that way? And we can go to extremes, and everyone who's watching or listening, you can bring up someone in your life who, being honest, is maybe just a little annoying, but maybe you get frustrated or you really do get angry and you're holding all that in. You can bring that person up. But as you look at it, what does the behavior that this person has, what does that bring them? Whether it's somebody who's kind of needy and whiny, a princess or something, or they're more of a bully and they're in your face, or they're arrogant and kind of selfish or all about themselves. There are these people that we get literally triggered by. And if they're part of our family or extended family, or someone who is in our friend group, or maybe it's someone that you work with or for, and you got to kind of pretend that you're okay with everything, right? So that's the thing. So, Kandiee, if you think about this particular person that you have in your mind, is there something you see from her behavior that gets her something, that allows her to be or do or have in her life?
What I acknowledged in my own quiet time was this individual, and I'm pointing myself out here, is manipulative.
Is what?
Manipulative
Manipulative.
with certain family members.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think what triggered in me was that was me. I have been there. I have been that individual, but I never really cleaned all that out of me. I mean, yeah, we're all capable of manipulation, but there's manipulation and princess manipulation, if you can understand that term.
Yeah, yeah. And what it is too is, if you think about it, we all want control. It's like we
Mm-hmm.
really want relationships. We're human. We want that connection, but we want it to be like our way or whatever, and we want to have control. And when we watch someone get control and get what she wants, he wants, by behaving a certain way that we don't like, we have to just deal with those feelings. And so the idea of tap and rant, everyone, is to bring up someone that really does aggravate you in some way,
Mm-hmm.
and a situation. It can be a group of people, and you visualize them in front of you, and you're going to have this discussion. And it kind of goes wrong, they kind of blindside you, whatever, and you really are standing there needing to say what's in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I love about this process, is because no one gets hurt, not even you, because you are just picturing it on the movie screen of your mind, and you're tapping while you're saying what's in your head. So I
Mm-hmm.
want us to demonstrate, Kandiee, and I'll just um, give a PSA warning. If you are listening while driving, it is best to pull over to a safe area if you want to go along with us, or wait until later and do that. Come back and watch, download, save, because it's really a good tool to have on how to work with anger. This is just a piece of it. There's a lot of different ways that we can express this. What's one of my favorites, because you can go right to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to just check in with you, Kandiee, and as you think about this person, and there this person is, and you're seeing her or them as manipulative, thinking about themselves, etc. Are there other words that come up to you? Is it like someone who's selfish, or what
Yeah.
comes up?
Yeah, very self-centered, just all about them. Not it doesn't think about other people, doesn't, I mean, thinks about them, but how they benefit her, not, it's so
Mhm.
different from who I am these days. Now, have I been there? Yes, I have.
Yeah. But we're just going to talk about an actual confrontation. And as you're listening, everyone, this is the idea. You can have this like a conversation in your head. I always say there's a committee up there for me where there's these different things floating around, like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that. And she's so manipulative. She's this, she's that. I'm saying she because it just feels natural to me right now, but it can be anyone. And
Mhm.
as I said, a group of people who may have really done you wrong. So what do you think about that kind of stuff? And we're going to use these words, Kandiee, and just sort of tap through. Um, when you do this, it's really best to be where you can shout, yell, scream all these feelings out while you're tapping. So I've often said the car is a great place, but you don't want to be actually driving. You can pull over, you can find a shady tree or whatever, be in a safe space to do this where you can yell. Um, and I write in my book that I did it in my car while driving. So if you're experienced at this, you can do some of it that way. I use the side of my hand on the steering wheel, for instance. If somebody cuts you off in traffic, you can do that. Instead of giving them the finger, you give yourself the finger on your collarbone or whatever, right? And if you get to a light or a stop sign, you can then tap further on your face and upper body like we do. But for safety purposes, know that you want to be where you can yell and scream. If you're in a place that has thin walls, your neighbors are close, pick up a pillow. You can be in your bedroom or your bathroom and use a pillow and shout and scream into the pillow. I
Mhm.
literally did this and found myself strangling the pillow when I did it. So it's very powerful, guys. So let's dig in, Tammy. Tammy? Hello. Someone's visiting from somewhere else. Okay, Kandiee, take a nice breath. And I want you to feel into your body right now. Just feel your feet. Kind of wiggle your toes, feel your fingers, just feel that you're sinking down out of your busy mind into your body. And what's the primary emotion that you have about this issue and this person?
Frustration.
That's good. So everybody listening, watching, choose your emotion. And where does this register in your body? Where do you feel it most within your body, head to toe? Where's the discomfort, the unease, even pain?
My solar plexus.
Okay. Solar plexus. That is just below, if you put your hand underneath the rib cage, that bottom rib, down to the navel. That is our solar plexus.
Mhm.
This is a typical place for that to show up, I think, for that. Um, all right, so everybody got that. And we're just going to take your temperature a little bit. When you get into this frustration about this person and you really have your mind kind of spinning with all these thoughts, what is the number on a scale from 0 to 10, with 10 being absolutely over the top in rage? Of course, 0, very calm, no issue. Where are you?
I would say probably about a 5.
Okay, so you're right in the middle. And if you're near her, this
I guess
person, I
with
keep saying
10.
her, 10. It does. It goes up to a 10, right? So we
Yeah.
just want to recognize that, acknowledge that, because what we want to do is express that part. And we're going to start some tapping. And again, if you're new with us, I do have some free downloads and demos for how to tap. So you can just follow along with us right now. There are specific points that we tap on. Um, and once you learn them, you can do this anywhere, anytime. And I love it when I'm coaching because I can do it for anyone, anywhere. Uh, so it's really fun and also cathartic. So think about this issue, Kandiee, sinking into your body again. There it is. And we'll start on the side of the hand, which runs from the bottom of the pinky down to the wrist. And we tap with the other fingertips on the side of the hand. So even though I feel really frustrated,
Even though I feel really frustrated,
I'm just going to honor that that's my truth right now.
I'm just going to honor that's my truth right now.
And even though I've worked on this anger somewhat,
And even though I've worked on this anger somewhat,
I get triggered right up to a 10 when I'm close by this person.
I get triggered right up to a 10 when I'm close by this person.
So I'm just going to honor how I feel right now.
So I'm just going to honor how I feel right now.
And even though this frustration and anger kind of still niggles at me,
Even though this frustration and anger still throw niggles at me,
running around a level 5 all the time,
running around a level 5 all the time,
I acknowledge that that is my truth today.
I acknowledge that that is my truth today.
Okay, so we're going to tap through the point at the eyebrow. This aggravation,
This aggravation,
side of the eye, this feeling of frustration
this feeling of frustration
under the eye, right in my solar plexus,
right in my solar plexus.
under the nose, this manipulative person,
This manipulative person.
chin, I just want to scream,
I just want to scream.
collarbone, I'm so frustrated,
I'm so frustrated.
underarm, this person who has me tied up in knots sometimes,
This person who has me tied up in knots sometimes.
top of the head. I can't believe you are this way.
I can't believe you are this way.
Eyebrow, you're so manipulative.
You're so manipulative.
Side of the eye. I know, I've been there.
I know, I've been there.
I recognize it.
I recognize it.
Manipulative,
Manipulative,
self-centered.
self-centered.
Let's go to the collarbone. It's all about you all the time.
It's all about you all the time.
Under the arm. You don't care about others.
You don't care about others.
Top of the head. You only care about yourself.
You only care about yourself
Eyebrow, and how others can benefit you.
and how others can benefit you.
Side of the eye. It just causes me so much frustration.
It just causes me so much frustration
Under the eye, because I don't want to be like that.
because I don't want to be like that.
Under nose, so selfish.
So selfish,
Chin, never thinking of others.
never thinking of others
Collarbone, unless they can benefit you.
unless they can benefit you.
Underarm, you're so selfish.
You're so selfish,
Top of the head, so manipulative.
so manipulative,
Eyebrow, manipulating people.
manipulating people
Side of the eye, so things go your way.
so things go your way.
Under eye, I never want to be like that.
I never want to be like that.
Under nose, I never want to be like you.
I never want to be like you
Chin, because you don't care.
because you don't care.
And I'm just going to honor how I feel
And I'm just going to honor how I feel
because this is frustrating.
because this is frustrating.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
Top of the head, right in my solar plexus,
All right, in my solar plexus,
my third chakra,
my third chakra.
eyebrow. It still bothers me.
It still bothers me.
Side of the eye, that you get away with it.
But you get away with it.
Under the eye, that everybody gets manipulated.
That everybody gets manipulated.
Under the nose, and they don't even challenge you.
And they don't even challenge you.
Chin, well, I challenge you now.
I challenge you now.
Collarbone, I hate the way you treat people.
I hate the way you treat people.
Underarm, because you don't care about others.
Because you don't care about others.
Top of the head, unless they can help you.
Uh, Unless they can help you.
Eyebrow, you only feel about yourself.
You only feel about yourself,
Side of the eye, never anybody else.
never anybody else.
Under eye, manipulative,
Manipulative,
frustrating.
frustrating.
It actually makes me mad.
It actually makes me mad.
Collarbone. Well, maybe I'm the one
Maybe I'm the one
judging you,
judging you,
but I don't care.
but I don't care.
I'm just going to honor how I feel.
I'm just going to honor how I feel.
All right, Kandiee, I heard that yawn. So we've moved a little energy there. So everyone listening know that if you can go over the top and you really yell, more energy will move faster. Although Kandi's really yawning, it's so it's good. We know that this energy is moving. You might actually get to the angry cry and have tears. You might feel sort of an explosive breath, a sigh, a sneeze, all sorts of bodily sensations can come up. My hands are tingling right now. I feel this energy kind of moving through me. So just know that that all happens. So when you get to that point, Kandiee, gonna register now for me that number. Did you go below that 5 or did we ramp it up some more? What happened?
No, we went down. I'm about a 2 right now.
Perfect. So this is what you want. You want to feel that shift. And there's a whole longer process that you can do. But if you've been picturing this person that's driving you crazy for one reason or another, and you get all this vitriol out, and you're going to feel like, oh God, that's not good for me. I don't want to say that. I'm not an angry person. Some women will say, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. That's a true sign that that anger is there. And when you say frustrated, I had to learn this myself because I was so frustrated during the really tough times in my life. Frustration is a nice way to say anger. There is anger there. And we've just never wanted to be angry. We grew up being told not to be angry, most of us. So this is how you do it. You can get to be angry, have your day in court, point your finger at that person or at that group, and, literally over the top, and another thing, and another thing, until you feel that shift in your body and you get like that yawn or something. And when you feel you've really got it all out, and you might not, you may have to do a lot more of this before you really feel you've got it out and you feel that you can put that other person and their energy way over there. Like literally picture they've been standing in front of you. You've been face to face in her face. Now you're moving her out way over there. I don't care how far you need to go into the universe, whatever you need to do. Sometimes I just let them sort of fade out. They're in the distance, they're in the other side of the room, wherever. And you're over here in yours.
Mm-hmm.
And feel that. So let's do a little bit of that.
Okay.
Um, we'll just go through the points because you're below a 4, so we don't have to set it up at all. We'll just go through starting at the eyebrow. I'm just going to put you way over there in your energy.
I'm just going to put you way over there in your energy.
Side of the eye. And I'm going to be way over here in mine.
And I'm going to be way over here in mine.
Under the eye. I would love for you to accept me as I am.
I would love for you to accept me as I am.
Under nose. And understand me.
And understand me.
Chin. That would be delicious.
That would be delicious.
Collarbone. But I know we can go a lifetime with you never understanding me.
But I know we can go a lifetime with you never understanding me.
And I release you.
And I release you.
Underarm. I release you to be you.
I release you to be you.
Top of the head. But I demand that you see me for who I am.
But I demand you see me for who I am.
Eyebrow. You're free to be you.
You're free to be you.
Side of the eye. Doing the things that you do.
Doing the things that you do.
Under eye. And I am free to be me.
And I am free to be me.
Under nose. I choose to be who I am.
I choose to be who I am.
Chin. While I release you from ever understanding me.
And I release you from ever understanding me.
Collarbone. I choose to be me.
I choose to be me.
Doing what's the best for me.
Doing what's the best for me.
For my highest good.
For my highest good.
And the highest good of all.
And the highest good of all.
Okay, just take another breath. So that was just a real quick round. But when you do anger work, you never have to fix it. Any of the negative emotions that come up for you, physical, emotional pain, whether it's anxiety, sadness, frustration, any of them, tap it out, try to go over the top as much as you can. When you get the shift, you do not have to fix it. Just acknowledge it. I'm just going to honor how I feel. Of course, I would be frustrated. This has been hard. And then later, you may feel a bigger shift and you may be able to let go more. But just know you never have to fix it. Just release it. You are voicing it, acknowledging it, moving the energy. The other side of anger is passion. Passion to do the things you love to do, be with the people you love to do them with, do everything that you want in your life, for your business, for your private life, all of it. All that passion is there. It's creative and you can do so much with it. When there's all this stuff is packed down inside of us, because we've been pushing it down our whole lives. You know, it's just one more person that's aggravating you now. That's not really the reason you're getting upset. You're being triggered by, you know, it's the unconscious, subconscious, ancient part of us that's holding on to the memory of unfairness. Is anytime we're angry, and this is true for everybody listening, watching, anytime you're angry, it's because it's unfair. It feels unfair to you, whether it's real or imagined. The unfairness is why we get so angry. And when you can do this, you find sadness underneath and be able to release that. Some of you may be like I have been, where it was all the sadness, and I didn't get there. The anger was underneath the sadness. And it finally, I had to pretend. This is the other thing I want to tell you, is that because this can be difficult work and you really don't want to be angry, you just start by pretending. And I did do this. I know, Candy, you probably have, where you can just use your collarbones or you can tap everywhere, but you can just imagine. And, I remember I started with, well, apparently, I guess I'm mad. I don't know. Apparently, I might be mad. And it was so crazy because as soon as I started that tapping, that part of me released and started going, damn right, I'm mad. And I got louder and started again, I write about that, but it's just when you do the work and you just give yourself the moment, whether you have 30 seconds or you have 10 minutes, give yourself that time to express it. Is that making sense to you, Kandiee? How do you feel?
I feel good. Tapping's a powerful tool. I mean, the one thing I will add is sometimes you may have to tap time and time again on the same issue because,
Yes.
you may come up against an individual, a situation, and it triggers something else. It doesn't mean that you're not healing.
Oh, that's
It
so
just means
true.
there's something more, a little bit more. Maybe it's
Yeah.
a small, another aspect of a situation
Yes.
rising.
Another emotion will come through. It's often not the thing you started with. It
Mhm.
comes out because you're finally allowing that part to speak. And I know, again, if I use myself as an example, the frustration. My late husband had dementia, and in the later stages, last few months, it was getting worse and worse, and dealing with that was so hard. And I found myself, I'd go to the sink and rinse a little dish and tap with the other hand. Just like, I'm so frustrated, I can't take this, I can't take this. And it
Mhm.
was just enough to like letting off steam, right?
Mhm.
Until I did that really heavy duty anger work. I didn't want to be angry at this poor man. It didn't make any sense. But guess what? It really did make a lot of sense in the end. So to know that you can do this anytime, you might just feel something in your body, or you might have this thought brush through. If you start saying, oh, I always do that, always, that's a remembrance of the past. That's a frustration. Tap on that. And you get that what if question. I think
It's a
that's
powerful
fear.
tool.
Let that come through, right?
Yeah, this is a very powerful tool. You just have to use it. It's going to move your energy. And you will be surprised how if you move your energy, the an individual or situation, whatever you're facing, will not appear. I mean, even if they're around you, they won't bother you. They will be somewhere else, or they won't be
Yeah.
around you. It's just amazing. It truly
Yeah.
is, because it really does help you release whatever is stuck in you. And for
Yeah.
many of us, that's a lot. We've
Yeah, you don't realize
pounded.
how much you've layered in there. And, Candy's right. You can be at a gathering and that person your stomach would churn when you knew they were coming or they were coming in the door. They won't even come near you. They'll stay in the peripheral area. It's just really strange. And um, I don't remember, Candy, if I shared this on your show but um, my favorite example is a woman who she and her son were estranged for like over 3 years, and she did not want to do the anger work. She loved her son. She didn't want to, imagine yelling at him and accusing him. But there was a lot. She was hurt, and there was a lot of betrayal, and there was a lot of misunderstanding, right? So she finally did it. And I believe it was about 2 days later that he called her and wanted to come for a visit. And they got back together and reconnected in a beautiful way. This is what's possible. The work that you do on yourself changes the energy of the entire world,
Mhm.
one little wave of energy at a time, because we're all connected, we're all one. So this is how powerful that work is. Um, is there anything else coming up for you now, Kandiee? Anything residual there that's
Not that I can think of. I mean, right
all
now I
right?
feel really relaxed, and You know,
Yeah.
when she pops into my head, it doesn't make me go, ooh. I'm just like,
Yeah.
you
So,
can be there, but not.
I challenge you and everybody to just kind of, you might even make a list of a few people that,
Hmm.
being honest, kind of aggravate you. And you can, before you ever see them again, or maybe you're going to need to see them again, or be on the phone, or even Zoom or somewhere with them, tap before, tap and rant, just say all the stuff that's in your head, so that then it's more of a conversation rather than a confrontation. And again, they might not even come close because it doesn't matter. And you get to this idea of you don't have to forgive because there's nothing to forgive. Pretty powerful.
You're healing you, and that has a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Tapping causes that ripple effect for others to feel.
I can't wait to hear how things go with this particular person in your life.
Time will
The
tell.
next time you are in their presence. All right, everyone, please reach out. You can reach me here on YouTube, and with Kandiee through her Awaken Hope show. Um, my website, sandyevenson.com. Email me there at Coach Sandy Evenson everywhere on social media. Let us know what is the driver in you that causes those head spins and conversations in your head, all the questions and the worries that you have. We know you have them. So let us know. I'll put links here as well, and so that you can just go right there. Be a part of this revolution.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Change
And
your
just
life.
please remember, we're here for you. And we see you and we see your beauty shine brightly.